Find this man.
I'd never really seen film as an Olympic sport. You know, it's tough enough to make a movie. And it's kind of like, in a way, playing golf. You compete against yourself. For me, 1993 was a year of enlightenment. In the early part of my career, I really felt a lot of pressure. But I don't feel as much pressure anymore because I really enjoy doing what I do. But the pressure does kind of, rear its ugly self just a week or two before the picture's released, and that's when it always occurs to me, if this picture only does $300 million, I'm a bum. I never expected, Jurassic to take such a big bite out of the year. It amazed me. I always knew this film was too intense for kids. So maybe we would be in an area where the adults wouldn't want to see Jurassic Park as, dinosaurs, that's for kids. And kids couldn't see Jurassic Park because of the intensity. I think what I find very interesting about what's occurred with Jurassic Park is that the kids knew it was a fantasy. It was the grown-ups who couldn't differentiate between fantasy and reality. It was the grown-ups who really took the fear to heart. And it was the kids who said it's only a movie. I think kids challenge each other to the kind of the Jurassic Park test, who could go, and once they were in the movie theater, who could take it. And in that sense, in a way, it was like a bar mitzvah for 7-year-olds. They would see the movie and they would say, today I'm a man. When they think of a movie of mine, they just think that they're going to leave planet Earth, not necessarily to go to Pluto, but they're going to, go into another world, and they're going to spend a couple of hours somewhere else. And, they're going to come out of it, with the smell of popcorn all over their clothes. And I've never talked about messages. I mean, my God, I'm not Oliver Stone. I don't make movies to get Congress to reveal the secret JFK files. I don't have in any of my films, that much of a social purpose until now. I grew up in a home that was very aware of the Holocaust. My parents, my grandparents all lost relatives in Eastern Europe, and they spoke about it often. And so I was raised with this, going through these images in my mind.
The list is life.
Oskar Schindler was a young man in his late 20s, and he formed a factory that made pots and pans for the German army. And he employed Jewish labor because they were simply cheaper than Polish labor. They were free. The Jews didn't get any money at all. The money was paid to the SS. As the final solution closed in on all the Jewish populations, Schindler held on to his Jews. So in that sense, he was a saint, but he was the kind of saint that evolved into a sort of sainthood through the eyes of the Jews he saved.
They say your factory is a haven. They say you are good.
Who says that?
Everyone.
In the case with Schindler's List, I was doing something for the first time in my life that was more significant and could maybe, shed some light and do some good. It's the first movie I've made where I really don't care if millions and millions and millions of people don't see the movie. I said to the studio, I said, if I see any profit on this movie, I'm giving it all away, because to me it's blood money. To do a movie based on this subject and keep the money, if you make any, to me is scandalous, and I would never do that. I would give it to all Holocaust causes and wherever it would do better use than in my own pocket. I made this movie to inform people about an event that is slowly being forgotten. I hope people are interested in seeing the movie as both a historical document and also as a remembrance and a future reminder that this can happen again. This is happening now. You look at what's happening in Bosnia with these terrifying terms, ethnic cleansing, so close to final solution. And you just see that we don't learn from history. We just don't learn from history. I might be the least likely filmmaker to take a lesson from history, but I felt that if people will give me money to make anything I want to make, where I am at the point I'm at in my career right now, that I might as well start turning some of this privilege into good use.